Welcome to Global Entertainer. We would like to share with you today the successful life story of Paul McCartney, a world famous music celebrity. As we commence, make sure to subscribe our channel, which brings you the best of very latest, and ring the bell to get notified about our latest presentations. Sir James Paul McCartney, who was born on the 18th June 1942, is an English singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist and a composer. He won international reputation as a bass guitarist and singer for the rock band The Beatles, widely considered the maximum famous and influential group in the records of famous music. His songwriting partnership with John Lennon turned into maximum success of post-warfare generation. After the institution disbanded in 1970, he pursued a solo profession and formed the band Wings together with his first wife Linda and Denny Lane. McCartney is one of the highly successful composers and performers of all times. Greater than 2,200 artists have protected his Beatle music the yesterday, making it one of the most covered songs in popular track records. Wings' 1977 release Mud of Kintyre is one of the unsurpassed fine-selling singles in the United Kingdom. A time inductee into the Rock and Roll Corridor of Repute and an 18-time Grammy Award winner, McCartney has written or co-written 32 songs which have reached number 1 at the Billboard Warm 100, and as of 2009 he had 25.5 million RIAA certified units in the USA. McCartney, Lennon, George Harrison and Ringo Starr all obtained appointment as contributors of the Order of the British Empire in 1965, and in 1997 McCartney was knighted for his immense services to music. McCartney is likewise one of the wealthiest musicians in the sphere, with an expected net worth of 1.2 billion American dollars. And now we are going to explain you about the lifestyle of Paul McCartney. Herein, we will show you the collection of supercars of Paul McCartney. What you see here is 1964 Aston Martin DB6 model car, which is worth 1.5 million pounds by today. What you see here is another old model of car, which is 1965 Rafford Mini Cooper S, which Paul McCartney had used. And this is a very different model, what we call 1966 Austin Healey 3000 model car. Furthermore, a Lamborghini 400 GT, which is very attractive and beautiful, painted in red, is seen here. According to reliable sources, Paul had used a car of this model 2008 Cadillac CTS. You see the model of this amazing car. And this says, though he grows old, his interest in cars and his lifestyle remains the same. Here goes Land Rover IIA and Paul with his first wife Linda and the child in the early 70s. Here you see Paul as he gets into his Lexus LS 600 HL with his present wife. In addition, Lexus RX 400h, yet another amazing car. And the last to be mentioned about his cars, Rolls-Royce Chronic. Soon afterwards, we would like to give you some more information about the places where he lived. He resided not only in one residence but in many more places, and they include: the household was constructed and possessed by the local authority, and the McCartney family shifted into it in 1955 when Paul was schooling in the secondary level. Paul bought his father Jim a house in Heswall, a wealthy part of the Wirral, in the following year. The National Trust owned the house in 1995. The Trust markets the house as the birthplace of Beatles, since this is the place where the Beatles composed and prepared their first songs. Unlike Lennon's childhood home Mendip 20, Portland Road does not have an English legacy blue plaque and it's presently unqualified to accept one. English Heritage issue a plaque once the figure has been dead for 20 years or has passed the centenary of their birth. Both this house and Lennon's childhood home at 251 Winlow Avenue were Grade 2 listed by Historic England in February 2012. The home was highlighted in a version of Carpool Karaoke which aired on the 22nd June 2018, an episode of The Late Show with James Corden who visited there with Paul McCartney, and it was Corden's first visit to home since he moved away from his late teens. You see here now the various residences where Paul McCartney had lived. Although we couldn't find all the details of pictures regarding his residences, the limited amount of photos we received are presented to you like this. Although we extracted these pictures from Google, the original owners of most of these pictures are not known. However, we are very grateful for the original owners for the job well done in protecting these photographs for the betterment of future generations. We, the global infotainer, acts in such a way in accordance with the terms and conditions of fair use policy. High Park Farm, Kintyre. Credit of this picture goes to Daily Mail, which says that McCartney repaid his debts to his adopted home in 1977 by writing his song Mull of Kintyre, which was the first single to sell more than 2 million copies. A celebrity like Paul McCartney's wealth does not end here. Furthermore, we would like to share with you about private jets, boats and so on he had used. Let's move on to the private jet lifestyle of Paul McCartney. Although you see a couple of private jets, you should remember that these are hired and these jets are not owned by Paul McCartney truly. According to internet sources, this boat was once used by Paul McCartney, and it is very difficult to believe that this boat has such a wonderful interior like this. Finally, yours and mine never aging Paul McCartney's day outing with his family in a super yacht can be seen here. All this shows how luxurious the lifestyle of Paul McCartney. If you are interested in many more music legends and their important information, please do subscribe our channel and ring the bell for further notification so that most of the important contribution to the world by high profile celebrities will be at your doorstep instantly through our channel Global Infotainer.